my name is Carmen, and today we have a reading for you about somebody who is destined to be successful, but may have encountered a few roadblocks or difficulties along the way. And you may not realize that there are folks that have been placed into your life that will help to inspire you or maybe even motivate you if you lose a little bit of motivation. I have to cover up that word, otherwise YouTube gets mad, but I think you can guess what kind of F word might be there. But it says there's a group of people, doesn't say people, that can help you achieve success, because we're using this deck, okay? Maybe you feel like you've hit a plateau. Maybe you feel like it's too difficult and you don't know how you're going to make this work. There are people placed in your life and they are going to like activate. They're going to help you get to where you're supposed to be. Hello, Nat Nat. Hello, Nabit. I don't know if I said that right. Hello, James. Hello, Joaquin. I hope you all are having a lovely day. Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime or a lot. I hope you have some nice weather. I think the outdoors calling my name. We'll see. Hello, Jordan. How are you doing? Hello, Key Controller. Hello, Famous Seamus. I hope your day is going well. Okay, I shall call you Marcus. Hello, Marcus. All right, let's see what we've got for you. We're talking about success. So, what do I want? What do I want? I want the Bianco Nero. So we'll start there. What else do we have, please? We have the Fool, Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Five of Wands. So we've got someone here who has a skill set or an approach that is unlike others. So with the Five of Wands in the reverse, what that is giving me is you are unparalleled. There is nobody who can compete with you on a certain level. But it still feels like there's doubt or obstacles in your way, and it's caused you to question, have I made the wrong choice, or do I need to take a different approach, or do I need a different manager? Do I need a different, I don't know, like what do I need to do differently, because it hasn't gotten to where I want to be yet. Hey, Funny, what's up? Excellent, James, as you should. What else do we have? The Moon, the King of Swords in the reverse, and the Four of Wands. Oh, ye of little faith. I can't really blame you. There's been a delay. There's been some distraction or some change that caused things to not go the way they were originally intended to go. But we do have this Four of Wands indicating that the wait is almost over. We just have to make sure that we're not going to stay in this King of Swords and the reverse energy. In other words, when things start to change, or when you have someone who says, hey, I noticed this isn't going the way you wanted to, could I fix that for you? Do not be like, no, I have to do everything myself. Maybe some of you need to hear that delegating something to another person could be the answer. Others of you need to know about the importance of timing. We have the Seven of Swords and Empress. Why does it feel like you are going to like hit a certain goal or an accomplishment, and the advice here seems to be cautious. Do not go flaunting what's going on. Like, let's say you're wanting to be a musician, a professional musician, and people have, maybe made fun of you or asked, like, hey, you gotten that record deal yet? There's going to be something that happens, and this is saying, shh, you don't need to be telling people, because there's something that still needs to get worked out, or there are people who are not, like, they're haters, so like, do they really need to know what's going on with you? World and the reverse, and Strength. Your patience and your determination pays off, and you're going to get what it is that you want, what you have been working towards. There's someone who helps you, or this as a group. There's more than one person that helps you. So we have to be highly discerning. We're not going to be out here hanging out with people that do not deserve to be in your sphere. Oh, goodness. Hold on. And also need to make sure, conversely, that you're not assuming the worst, right? If there are people that are not going to be supportive, that's fine. You can acknowledge that, right? But you're also being asked to give credit where it's due. There are people who do really want to help you or who are there specifically to help you. Hello, Grush. If you are looking for a personal question, I do that in about 30 minutes, a little bit less, or after the general reading, with priority to those who tip or donate. So feel free to attach that to a super chat or donate a membership. Otherwise, please stop repeating your question. Hello, Rainbow Warrior. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. What else do we have? The Magician in the reverse, the 10 of Cups, and the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. So when it seems to you that you encounter a door that you don't have a key to, or when it seems to you that you have, a roadblock and you don't know how to deal with it, there's someone who cares about you or a group of people who want to see you successful that enable you to figure out that last little bit of the journey. So keep the faith. Things are still moving in the right direction, but you are going to have some assistance from others to enable you to get where you really need to be. This is the Thoth Tarot. Hello, Spellbinders. How are you doing? Happy Friday. What else do we have? Dominion, Emperor in the reverse, and Happiness. So you are about to conquer something. For some of you, this is a new job offer. Others of you, this is something that you have worked on, a project. That's why I used the analogy of being a musician. You have a labor of love, or you have something that you've been believing in, and it maybe isn't easy to do that forever without some sign of progress. But we have someone who's saying, this particular element I can't handle, but they can. And someone helps you. Maybe it's just an introduction, right? All right. Let's see what else we have. This is, what do we want? We're going to go with the Tarot of the Nile. Good luck with that key. I believe in you. What else? 9 of Pentacles in the reverse, Knight of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, there's a warning in this reading. Sometimes we want to do everything ourselves. Sometimes we feel, I don't want to ask for help. I don't want to ask to borrow any money. I don't want to ask somebody to edit my book, whatever it is. But the asking someone to assist is where things go to the next level. You've done what you can. Now you want somebody to edit it. Cool. Because look, if you're writing a book and you think that you're going to do the whole thing, the whole process yourself, I'm going to go ahead and make the assessment that you're probably not going to end up with as good a book as you would have if you were willing to take opinions from other people. Now, does that mean that you have to let somebody else tell you how to write? No. But I do think a second pair of eyes in general is seen as pretty useful. Hello, April. Hello, Missy. How are we doing? Hello, Alicia. How are you doing? Hello, Carrie. How are you doing? The Chariot, the 7 of Wands, things are about to move to the next level. Things are about to speed up for you in a good way. Like divine timing, that you may have kind of started to doubt. Like, is this ever really going to happen? Three of Pentacles in the reverse, the World, and the Eight of Wands in the reverse. The issue is some of you are just a little bit too determined to do everything yourself. Let someone help you because they're going to enable you to get where you need to be. Hello, 205. What's up? Hello, Noshi. Yes, exactly. All right. What else? 6 of Wands in the reverse. 9 of Swords. 7 of Swords. I don't know. It feels to me like you're hung up on a detail that isn't as important as you think it is. Like, I have to do things this way, or I have to do things that way, or nobody's going to take me seriously. I have to make sure that, I'm the only one who does this or does that. There's an ownership of the entire process that doesn't seem to be beneficial because there are people who could do things better or could, make it more likely to be seen or appreciated. Queen of Swords in the reverse, 10 of Swords in the reverse, Page of Wands. I think we have someone who's been cautious about working with others or trusting anybody because it's like, this is your baby. Like, I want to make sure that it goes well. I want to make sure that I don't have to rely on anybody to get what I want. But you've gotten to the point where you've done a lot of the work, okay? But now you do need somebody else to, take care of the legal element or take care of the tax side of things. Whatever it is, it's like there's someone here or multiple people who enable you to take care of the things that aren't working right. 6 of Cups. Some sort of friend or acquaintance who's like, let me help you with this. We can do this. All right, let's see. Thank you for liking the video. Noshi, if you would like to do a personal question, I pull cards for that after the general reading. You can attach that question to a super chat if you'd like me to do that. Yes, I agree. Alicia, if you don't mind using lowercase letters, that would be very helpful. And I don't know why my chair is so squeaky, you guys. This is the situations deck. Let's see what else we've got for you. Did I say hello to Nat Nat? I think I did. Maybe I did. Hello, Nat Nat. How are we doing today? For those of you that are members, I just posted some new videos, like the 15-minute long ones or whatever. So make sure you check those out. Family and unconditional. See, you got some support that is just lovely. Maybe it's one person, maybe it's 4, but we got somebody here who is surrounded by, like, I believe in you kind of energy. And it's those family members, friends, or partners who are saying, I know how to help you with this last little thing. You've made all of these other things happen for this goal, but, maybe I'm a little bit better when it comes to crunching numbers. Maybe I'm a little bit better when it comes to marketing. Maybe I'm a little bit more adept when it comes to, I don't know, price tags. We got some assistance coming from others, and it's important. Can also help you to identify, what's next. What kind of strategy do I need to have? But you're going to that next level. You are ready. Divine timing is here. Good stuff. Good things are coming. Hello, Zafakar. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Hello, Delinia. What's up? Oh, that's a good thing for you, Key, right? Thank you, Nat Nat. So we've got plugged, tuned in, internet connected, happiness, wholeness, overjoyed, smiling, and entrapment. Pregnancy, money, and heartstrings. Yeah, it's the fact that you have connections that are happy to help you or are excited to see you, be successful. They see that maybe you need a little infusion of cash into your business, or maybe you need a professional opinion or some insight into the competition. But this is someone who's saying, just like, let me help you. Like, you're so close. This is going to be great. But I just want to help and like offer some of my own expertise. It looks like that's a good idea to listen to. Yeah, we're going to go for the new one again. This is the Spellcaster's Tarot. What else do we have? Nine of Swords in the reverse, Knight of Cups in the reverse, and the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. See, the issue is if you try to be, how do I say this? If you are not interested in accepting help from someone who knows what they're doing, it causes a delay or an outright, like, not going to happen thing. So I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life or anything, but sometimes you don't have to be a one-man show. Okay? Hey, Bumface, how we doing today? Ooh. I'm happy to say I still have 2 D&Bs left. And then I'm probably going to have to go out. And you said I have to look for fossils. I'm going to look for that. Let's see who Mom was talking to. And we're at 17 minutes in, so not too long of a wait, Bumface. Last night at 4 a.m. And thank you for the tip. All right, let's see what else we've got. The High Priestess. Why don't you just look like a total baddie? There's so much power in this Justice card. A lot of times it's understated. Sometimes we have a seated judge, right? This person's like, oh, I'm bringing the truth. This decision is saying if you choose to go it alone, if you reject assistance from somebody, you don't get the outcome you were originally looking for. Now, look, I'm all about independence. I'm all about self-sufficiency, and I encourage you to do that if you can. But this is saying you get a better result when you allow the people who genuinely care about you to be a part of this effort. Because they bring some expertise or some new way of thinking forward that makes a big difference in the overall success that you have. So, like, do you want that success? I bet you do. Thank you for the glasses. That's great, Nat. Like that? Hello, Nayla. How are you doing? That was pretty funny. What else do we have? Tower in the reverse. And the Devil. Wow, that is kind of a wild devil card. I hope YouTube doesn't get mad at me for that imagery, but it's an interesting slight deviation from the norm. We've got we've got a risk here of somebody thinking that they're right. Have you ever been to a point where you're like, I know this has to be right. This is what I've thought, so of course it's right. And then someone tells you you're wrong, and you're like, no, but like I've thought that for so long. There's no way that I could be wrong, right? I'm just asking you to be open to the idea of someone offering a new approach or offering insight that makes whatever has been stagnant feel alive again and move towards that success that you've been looking for, right? Nayla, we're going to have the general reading for probably about another, I'd say like 13 minutes. And we've got one question on my list for personal questions. It's kind of hard to predict how long specifically I will be here without knowing if there'll be other personal questions. But if I had to guess, I would think I'll be here for at least another 20 minutes. Yeah, thank you, Nat Nat. Zufar, I am not here to find someone to date. I am not here to find someone to marry. That's not what my goal is. I'm here to help people, okay? So please don't look at me like your future wife. Ain't gonna happen, okay? Hello, Nasir. How are you doing? No problem, Nella. We've got the Nine of Cups. Even looks like a genie, right? The idea of a wish being granted. So you want what you want. You want that to happen, then you play in the sandbox nicely with the others. You must be open to accepting some help in order to get to that next level. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, King of Swords in the reverse. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but the message is saying whatever this expertise is or this insight that you need, it's not something that's available to you. Partnering with this person or taking advice or recommendations from this person who is a King of Swords or an expert is required. You're like, I don't have to do anything. That's right, you don't. But if you want the success, there's someone who helps you get there. It went too far. I can't. You're too funny, Key Controller. And look at how cute that is. Thank you, Christina. A husky? Aw, adorable. I'm doing well, thank you. I love it, Christina. That was adorable. Hello, Umilde. How are you doing? Hello, Milkman. How are you? I don't know who Gwen is, but that's not me. My name's Carmen. Just to let you know. It's only slightly awkward. What else do we have? The Magician. The Queen of Wands. You're manifesting in this success. And the universe is saying, yes, we grant you that success. But you're going to need to attend that success or like that event with this person who helps you. There is someone who advises you. We have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, Temperance in the reverse, and the Page of Swords in reverse. They're being very clear here. There is information, insight, or maybe even like regulations or rules, or like I wouldn't do it that way if I were you. You need to work with an expert. That expert is going to help you. They're going to say, no, actually, that contract looks like crap. Don't do that. Or they're going to say, that's not the right person to work with, and this person is, and they will enable you to connect with the people that you need to be connecting with, right? Okay. This is the Golden Reverie. And let us see. Gilded, not golden. Gilded Reverie. Well, let's see what else we got for you. Alrighty, we have the birds. This talks about communication in a very positive light. So I do feel like there's good news coming for you. And we also have the labyrinth and the lily. Perhaps the letter L is important, but you feel like you've been going through a lot, right? I keep trying to stay on the right path. I keep trying to make the right decisions. I know what the desired goal is or desired outcome. And with the flowers, this is saying basically it's time for you to stop like expecting too much of yourself, Maybe even take a little bit of a break and let the experts do it. Maybe you've had a house remodel going on and you've done a lot of the heavy lifting, but then you get to the electrical part and you're like, oh, I suppose I could learn. No, you can't. Maybe you can. I'm not going to tell you what you're capable of or not capable of, but this is saying there is an expert here and you really shouldn't try to be that expert. Just let the expert be the expert. Thank you, Nat Nat. I have added that for you. Hey, Lemonade. How we doing? Oh, okay. I think I have heard that before. I don't necessarily see the Emma Stone thing, but that's okay. That's okay, Milkman. I still kind of prefer to be called my own name, though. We got the book. This talks about the wisdom that they possess. And it's funny because I was just talking about maybe you need an expert to actually do the work on your house, and now we have the home coming out. But this house card can also talk about like close connections, right? So there's someone here who gives you the advice or is able to do the work because they're an expert in it that you need. Allow them to do that. They're good at it. What else do we want? We're going to go with the meme cat. This is the major arcana only, just so that you know. What else do we have? I haven't either. Lemonade is back. What else? The lovers. Don't they look adorable? The lovers is not always about soulmates, you guys. Sometimes it's about choices. And this is saying someone is thinking, maybe I'll just do that work on my own. I wouldn't do it. There's someone who can help you. And they'll do it better than you could. Judgment and the Empress. And then you are able to focus on things that make more sense for you and your talents, because you do have those talents, okay? They're just not aligned with what this particular request or activity is, okay? Okay. Oops. Let's get a few more. This is the William Blake Tarot. Hello, Hitesh. How are you doing? It is not easy to shuffle this, you guys. Like, this is basically almost as big as my hand. But we're making it work, okay? Oof. All right, so we have the Religion card, and this is the Hierophant card, right? And that can be a card that talks about God or a higher being. It can also be a card that talks about someone who has a following or fandom, right? This is someone who knows what they're talking about. It may even be that this is someone you don't meet or like talk to in person. Maybe it's a YouTube person who has a really great set of content that enables you to figure out what you need to do for your remodel or whatever this is. But this is saying listen to the expert. Okay? I know I'm repeating myself, but it's okay. It's not easy being cheesy. It's actually quite greasy. Wow, that looks remarkably similar. So now we have reason. And that's the Emperor. Interesting. See how similar the drawings are? We even have like these things here. I don't know, wands maybe? There is an expert here, the Emperor, the Hierophant. They'll do right by you. Maybe you're trying to sell your house by yourself and you really need a realtor. Maybe you're trying to defend yourself in a legal situation and you really just need a lawyer. Eight of Poetry, which is the Eight of Pentacles. And the Man of Science, also very similar to that Emperor imagery, right? The Man of Science would be the King of Swords. Constant references here to somebody who is an expert. Let the experts do the expert work, and you can focus on the other things. You do not need to be a one-man show. And in fact, you might be able to learn something from this person helping out with that, right? James. Will I be blessed with WrestleMania tickets? Is such a delightful question. I hope it makes me laugh as much as your last question. Oh, specifically this weekend. Okay. I've added that for you. Thank you, James. I'm doing well. Thank you, Atash. I don't know, man. It's empowering when you're able to say, hey, this is an issue in, my apartment or house or whatever, but I got a hammer, some nails. I could probably fix that, right? Trying to think if I've ever done something like completely foolish with like house remodeling stuff. I think the dumbest thing I ever did was like just like trying to carry stuff that's far too heavy, and I'm like, I'm gonna drop this on my feet. All right, let's get just a few from the Zodiac fortune telling cards, and then we switch over to personal questions. Yeah. Well, there you go. All right. Anything else regarding the super successful people in my collective? This is great. You see the word successful right there? See? Persist and you will be more successful. Yes. Success is meant to be for you. You just have to go about it the right way. Be very careful of a blonde, Hating on the blondes out there, huh? So you might have someone who pretends to be an expert. They really aren't. They're probably blonde. I mean, blondes have more fun, so maybe that's the issue, right? They're not as focused on the work. You are inclined to make people happy. I like that about you. Don't lose that. That's great quality. All right, let's dive into those personal questions. What do we want? We go with the Shadowscapes Tarot. So we have Bumpface, and then Nat, and then James. Hello, Lisa. How you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Hello, Matt. Just the one time? I hope you're having a good day. Happy Friday. So for Bumface, we need to know, who is Mom talking to at about 4 a.m.? King of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Interesting. So very possible that this individual is or was Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. And this was someone who was or is dealing with instability. The Chariot and the Lovers in the reverse. I'm just going to add, is this person alive? Was Mom talking to someone who's alive? Okay. Were they actually there? Or on the phone? No. So it may have been more so like, I'm talking about something that's on my mind. I know I need to deal with something, but I don't know that it's necessarily like having an actual like back and forth conversation. Three of Swords, the Hermit, and the Three of Cups. See, like that Hermit thing, it's like, I don't know. Either there's someone who wasn't really paying attention or wasn't really involved in the conversation, or she was literally just like having like a practice, like a dry run. but I feel it is somebody who has that Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo energy. And I do feel like there's some frustration or anger present between these two. Page of Wands in reverse. So it feels like there's distrust or like anger, like angry energy coming through. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. And like, I don't feel like I can do anything to fix this. That kind of thing. Hello, Crow. How are you doing? Oh, Matt, I hope your journey goes well. Bumface, I hope that helps. I think it's about processing, right? Go for it, Lisa. I've got 2 more left, and then I'm probably gonna sign after that, or sign off after that. Let's see what we've got for Nat Nat. This is the Pulp Tarot. What do we have for Nat Nat, please? Page of Pentacles, 2 of Swords in reverse, and the 7 of Pentacles. I see a change or a turnaround, like a quick change of heart in a decision. It's like if you've ever had your GPS not update as quickly as it needs to, and you're trying to figure out, am I taking a left or a right? And as soon as you take that right-hand turn, then all of a sudden the GPS switches it up and it's like, no, 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 I was trying to tell you to go the other way. And you're like, really? Really? Because like, I was trying to figure that out and you weren't very clear about it. Sometimes the route switches, right? It feels to me like there is hesitation, but like, okay, I guess I'll just go for this. And I make a decision. And then almost immediately or very quickly thereafter, it's like, ooh, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to work out. So are we saying we need to have a little bit more discernment? Take your time. Do not rush a decision. You don't have to rush at all. I feel like it's just like you're already in kind of like a fast energy. I don't know if it's like I just got off of work and so I'm moving quickly, but you can take a moment and slow it down a little bit and then you make the right decision. But if you're moving too quickly, I feel like you miss a detail and you end up going, ah, no, that's not what I wanted. So Empress in the reverse and the Moon. You can avoid this frustration by answering this question before you like make a decision. You know what I mean? Get all the information and then you know, okay, I'm actually supposed to take a left-hand turn. Hello, Gab. Let me see. Oh, yes, I do see it. Let me add that real quick. How is Al feeling about me? And what does he want to say? Awesome. I've got that added for you, Gab. And thank you, Lisa. Let me add that for you. And thank you, Nat Nat. You keep me honest. Does Harsh love me? And when will he propose? True feelings. All right, I have added that for you, Lisa. And you know what, y'all? It's getting just a little hot in here. So I am going to go turn my fan on and then I will be right back. It's probably because I always have like 7 candles lit. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna be all right. Oh, let me add Nayla's as well. Let's see. Ooh, I don't see your question. I will check back for that. And hello, Ryder. How are you doing today? All right. This is the Crow Tarot. Let's see if James is going to be blessed with some WrestleMania tickets for this weekend. Will James be blessed with tickets for WrestleMania this weekend? I don't blame you, Lemonade. It's starting to get hot. I do not see tickets coming in for you this weekend, James. Is there any possible deviation on that? Nah, it looks like there is a block here. Will James find something else amusing to do with his time? Very much so, sir. We have the Eight of Cups. So you might end up actually being kind of pleased that you don't end up getting these tickets, because I see you with like some little opportunity for an adventure. We have the Hierophant in the reverse and the Ace of Swords. So you're going to be unexpectedly like kind of stoked. Like, okay, well, I actually can do something else then. And that looks like, you know, fun. So I'm going to do that. So this is working out in your favor. And be open-minded. There's going to be some other invite. I like that for you. You have a good time. Oh, I'm happy to hear that, Ryder. Yes, Crow. Isn't it nice? And I won't lie, I have often thought about how fun it would be to start making friends with the crows in the park nearby. Because I'm pretty sure I do have some, like, I think I have some cat food that I could use to, you know, win him over. All right. Let's see what we've got for Gab. I think we will use... We'll go with the Tarot de la Nuit. How is Al feeling about Gab? Hello, great one. How are you doing? I think it's illegal to have them be pets because they have like the, I don't know, mindset or brain operating power of a 7-year-old. Hello, Alec. How are you doing? Checking job offers. My ex position on island is full. I called my ex-boss. I broke leg last summer. I wonder if you can check her energy towards it. Okay. How does former boss feel about rehire? Awesome. I've added that for you. If you don't mind including that in the super chat going forward, that makes it a lot easier for me. How does Al feel towards Gab, please? How does Al feel towards Gab? Knight of Cups, 6 of Wands in the reverse, 10 of Cups. Emotional, strong connection, desire, imagining what long-term relationship or like being in my life for a long time would look like. But with the 6 of Wands in the reverse, we have someone who feels like this is like just a daydream. Like I don't feel like things would go that well. I don't feel like you know, I have that staying power. I don't feel like you look at me like that. 2 of Cups in the reverse, 3 of Wands, and the Star. So this is like, I would like to see the connection between us improve. I would like to heal whatever has been, you know, kind of broken down or struggling. But it feels like so much work. What does he want to say to Gab? 7 of Swords. There's something he wants to be honest about, come clean about. Some insecurity or fear. There's been some depression, overwhelming frustration or sadness, feeling of despondency, or I feel stuck. This is someone who wants to be close to you or wants a relationship, but feels like I don't know how to get there. I don't know how to get from here to there because I do think that Al acknowledges there's things that I feel like I repeat that behavior or I don't have control over this or that, you know? Thank you, Nayla. I appreciate that. All right. Gab, I hope that helps. And I hope that Al gets some more um, motivation or feels more confident about pursuing what he wants. Let's see what we've got for Lisa. This is the wild unknown. Does harsh love Lisa? Does harsh love Lisa? Yes. We have the the Knight of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords. Why the Ten of Swords? The love that this person has for you has actually inspired them to end something that was not good for them. So it actually makes me think of the movie As Good as It Gets with Jack Nicholson telling the Helen Hunt character because she demands a compliment because he fumbled, okay? He messed up. And she's like, "You want me to stay on this date? You pay me a compliment right now." And he like thinks about it. He's like, organizes his plateware or whatever, and he's like, "Okay, I haven't been taking my medication for a long time, but the other day I decided to start taking that medication again." And she's like, what the? That is not a compliment. Do I need to like define compliment for you? It is supposed to be something where you say nice things about me." And he's like, "You make me you make me want to be a better man." And she's like, "Okay, okay, now we're cooking. That works. That is a compliment. Yes." I see this person, absolutely, yes, does love you, Lisa, and is working on healing a situation or improving something in their life to be able to be a better partner. Oh, you're so welcome, Gab. I also hope that. Is okay, so you're asking when is he going to propose? I'm just going to tell you an opinion and you don't have to take it seriously. But I would encourage you to let surprises be surprises. And I think somebody proposing to you is something that you should not be asking that question. I'm going to ask it because you paid me to. But I think it is important to allow for certain beautiful moments like that to catch us off guard because it might be more enjoyable for you, right? Nonetheless, I will ask. When will he propose to Lisa? Stop. Look at how cute it is. It's the Two of Cups. And the Page of Cups. All right, is this saying springtime? No. All right. Okay. This is actually looking like winter. Interesting. So, I just heard November. Eight of Cups. Eight of Swords in the reverse. There's something here that he's been working on, or this person's been working on, and when that seems a little bit more reliable, or like this is how things are now, then it's like, okay, now I feel like I can actually start making plans. But it feels a little bit unsettled right now. So it's like I want to cement a new routine. This isn't about once it becomes November, then I feel like I have to propose, right? This is saying it'll take about that long for certain things to happen the way they need to. We have free will. Sometimes people change their minds, sometimes people break their promises. But should things go the way that this person intends, it's looking like early winter, which I shouldn't even say winter because it's not winter for everybody right now or at the same time. But later this year, towards the end of this year. Are there true feelings for Lisa from Harsh? Yes. 8 of Wands. I feel like this is someone who knew very early on that they loved you. We have the 6 of Cups in the reverse and the Ace of Wands, but they knew they needed to shed some immature behavior or grow up a little bit before they could really pursue something serious with you. So dealing with that is the priority. All right, this is the White Sage Tarot. That's a good thing to do. All right, so for Nayla, we've got a need for some insight into how the former boss feels about potentially rehiring. Nayla, how does the former boss feel about rehiring? Nayla, there's a little bit of a conflict here. It's like you've got some advantages, but you've also got some, and in their opinion, anyways, some disadvantages. So it's like I'm weighing it, right? Is this going to work out? I do feel like this is a boss who feels like you don't always take direction. They feel like, you know, there are times where I tell you this is important and I don't feel like you necessarily listen to it. With the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse, it looks to me like this person is considering, maybe I'll just make an offer, but I'm not going to increase the pay, or I'm not going to allow for, you know, shenanigans. So if something happens, then I reserve the right to like fire you. This is someone who's on the fence, but leaning towards, yes, I want to hire you. I just have to make it very clear we're not going to accept this, or you have to be on time, or whatever it is. So I think this is worth investing in or worth considering. And it's an opportunity for you to grow and develop more as an employee and perhaps change this person's opinion of you. Because I feel like it's not like I expect everything to be bad from you or this boss. It's more so I want to make sure that when I put my faith in you, the good work that I saw from you is something that I can expect, right? So we have the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse and the Empress. I do feel like I'm going to hire you, but I'm probably going to keep my eye on you. Or it might be, you know, one of those things where I would potentially suspend you or not give you like the best of the best work, right? Let me just ask though, is there something else that would be a better option? Actually, I feel like there is another option that approaches yours, an offer made, and I think the former one is the better. So even though you might have a boss who's kind of like, I think that's the better option for you. So take it as an opportunity to step into that next version of yourself and really prove to this former boss of yours that you're improving, that you're growing up, that you're learning more things, and you are a valuable asset to the team. Because I think they're willing to see you that way. They're hoping that's what happens, right? All right, I'm going to leave it there. I love y'all. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for hyping the video if you're able to. And I'll see you in the next reading.